The word girl is often linked to softness and fragility, but these women completely destroyed that stereotype with brutal, unforgettable knockouts. What you're about to witness is not elegance or finesse, it's raw power, killer instinct, and ruthless finishing ability. These fighters didn't come to survive the fight, they came to end it. The gloves are touched and the distance is set. A sharp, straight right lands clean, followed immediately by a crushing overhand that shuts the lights off. Fight is over in seconds. One moment she's standing, the next she's frozen on the canvas. It's a statement finish that leaves no doubt about who controls the cage. In the next matchup, both fighters take their time, measuring range and reading reactions. Then, without warning, a perfectly timed overhand crashes through the guard. The impact is devastating. Her legs give out instantly as the power travels straight through her chin. Precision meets violence, and the result is absolute chaos. Another fighter chooses to stay in the pocket, exchanging shots with no fear. That decision proves fatal. One fighter begins to wobble, and the opponent senses it immediately. She presses forward, unleashing everything she has. The crowd knows what's coming, and it doesn't take long. She refuses to let it reach the second round, delivering a savage finish that seals the moment forever. Nobody saw it coming. The power behind those shots was shocking, especially so early in the fight. One moment they were settling in, and the next, someone was crashing to the canvas. A clean right hand centered down hard, instantly changing the tone of the match. Early exchanges showed sharp combinations, but defensive lapses quickly became costly as heavy shots kept finding their target. Both fighters stood their ground in the pocket, neither willing to give an inch. This wasn't unfamiliar territory for either of them. Both were used to winning, used to finishing fights, but one fighter clearly sensed. She pressed forward relentlessly, hunting for the knockout, unloading brutal combinations and dropping her opponent again. The power was undeniable, especially from such a young fighter, and the confidence grew with every knockdown. Then came the chaos. A sudden counter brought the other fighter right back into the fight with a sharp 1-2. Momentum swung wildly as knockdowns piled up on both sides. 4 knockdowns total turned the bout into absolute madness. Big right hands kept landing, and the referee was forced to watch closely as another knockdown followed. The question wasn't who was tougher anymore, it was how much punishment either could take. As the seconds ticked away, exhaustion set in, but the damage had already been done. One fighter stood tall, officially declared the winner, sealing a wild and unforgettable fight that showcased heart, power, and pure violence inside the cage.
That performance set a new benchmark for the women's flyweight division. From the opening exchanges, the composure was obvious. Sharp jabs, clean body shots, and perfectly timed leg kicks established control early. You could already see the damage building on the opponent's lead leg as she continued to circle with confidence, never rushing, never overextending. Despite having limited fight experience, her movement and awareness looked polished and professional. She worked beautifully behind the jab, mixing punches with kicks and finishing combinations with precision. There was no hesitation in her attacks, no telegraphing her strikes. Every step forward came with intent, and every kick landed exactly where it was meant to. Even when the opponent tried to adjust, the reading of distance and timing remained flawless. Then came the moment that sealed it. A heavy shot over the top landed clean, followed by another brutal connection that left no doubt. The finish was spectacular and decisive, marking an incredible debut and a statement performance that demanded attention. A brief celebration followed, but the message had already been sent. The momentum carried into the next exchanges, where another left hand landed flush, followed by a head kick that instantly ended the fight. The final blow was perfectly placed, shutting the lights off without mercy. It was dominance from start to finish, a reminder of how dangerous elite striking can be when executed with confidence, technique, and ruthless efficiency. She's out cold. What an unbelievable finish. The moment the shot landed, it was clear the storm had arrived. Like a cyclone tearing through the division, she unleashed pure chaos and secured a statement knockout that left no doubt about her power or intent. This was dominance in its rawest form. From the opening seconds, the pressure was relentless. Sharp inside leg kicks landed early, perfectly set up by clean head movement and precise timing. Every strike served a purpose. The low low kicks softened the base, the punches snapped the head back, and the confidence only grew with each clean connection. She wasn't just throwing, she was calculating, dismantling her opponent piece by piece. As the exchanges continued, the counter-striking became the difference. Crisp right hands landed over the top again and again, wobbling her opponent and forcing reactions. The jab controlled the distance, the left hook slipped through the guard, and the follow-ups came instantly. There was no panic, no wasted movement, just sharp, disciplined violence. Then came the finish. A perfectly timed right hand detonated on the target, sending her opponent crashing to the canvas. Multiple knockdowns followed in rapid succession, leaving the referee no choice but to step in. It all happened in the opening moments of the first round. A brutal, efficient victory that announced her arrival loud and clear. This wasn't just a win, it was a warning.